Hey guys, so today I'm here with yet another Starcraft 2 broadcast. So this is actually going to be the second in a best of 3 series between roxkisBratOK, and of course we're just going to be calling him BratOK, and up here, of course he is spawning as the red Terran, and over here spawning as the blue Protoss once more is DuckloadRa, or WhiteRa as we're going to be calling him. So like I said, this is actually the second match in the best of 3 series. So if you actually have not watched the first match, go ahead and take a look at that. If you don't, you will be, that one will, the end of that will be spoiled. So I'll just give you just 1 second. Okay, so hopefully you're gone, or you don't care about spoilers. So after WhiteRa actually did a really great job on the last match, so we're going to go ahead and hopefully see, well, if WhiteRa can win this one, then it will be all over. But if BratOK is able to win, then we will go ahead and go to the ace match. So the map is actually going to be Lost Temple. Again, a really interesting map. You see, neither of these players are going to be playing on some of the more standard maps, such as, Metalopolis or anything like that. They're actually going to be playing on some pretty, unique maps, pretty large maps. And again, I like this. WhiteRa is going ahead, sending his probe in very early. Actually, can go ahead and do some harassment. Actually, it is really early, and actually, I do like this because WhiteRa gets a probe in the opponent's base really quickly before they even get any kind of barracks up. So actually, are able to do a lot of damage. And actually, he's going to try to kill this SCV. Oh, it's going to be close, but nope. Again, going ahead, running around and recharging those shields. So let's go ahead and just try to keep an eye on this probe. Actually, BratOK is not he's being really smart, going ahead and getting SCV all trying to get on that probe. So not letting him do as much harassment as in the last match. So actually, we'll go ahead and take a look here. We do have the barracks is almost complete, and actually a refinery. So the first gas is almost done. Actually, now it is done. So actually, that might be able to kill that SCV, but nope. Actually, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Protoss player. We do have a gateway, which is almost complete, and the first gas, which is halfway done or so. So actually, we do have this SCV who's actually going to try to take this pylon down very slowly. So this SCV is actually going to go ahead and get in here, not really going to notice a whole lot. And she can go ahead and get that Zealot out really quickly using that Chrono Boost. So this SCV is going to be kind of running around here, not going to be able to do a whole lot, but of course that's not what scouting's about. And actually there that probe is still doing, he's going to be sitting here. So let's just go ahead while these players are beginning. I just do want to kind of just talk a little bit about the map. It's a pretty interesting map, as you can see here. Actually it's basically split in half. Down the middle, well, not entirely down the middle, but as you can see here, there's a pretty big gap between the two. So it really does kind of tend to split the map in half. Generally, as you can see here, with both players spawning on one half of the map, it'll probably tend to be less of a just base race where one player will grab all these expansions, one will grab all of these. Instead, it'll be more of a little bit of a kind of standard match where they're both going to go ahead for maybe a little bit of early pressure. So anyway, let's just go ahead and take a look here. We do have the Cyber Core done for the Protoss player. Quite a few pylons actually kind of overlapping, so it doesn't look like it's going to try anything kind of crazy. It does have a Stalker coming out. If we come over here to the Protoss, the Terran main, we actually do have an orbital command already complete. So again, kind of interesting. And BratOK really does like to get his orbital commands pretty much as soon as possible, which I really can't fault that. It's a kind of a generally good strategy. You can go ahead and get a good, nice edge. And there we go. So this is a perfect thing. He's going to go for definitely for the 1-1-1 build. He does have this barracks. He has this factory which is not doing anything, and he's going to go for the starport. So actually, we do have a tech lab going down. So I'm interested to see actually how he's going to go ahead and shake this up. If he's going to go ahead go for another kind of an infantry build. And actually, let's see here, we have a robotics facility, so actually a fairly early robotics facility for WhiteRa, so I'm interested to see what he's going to do with that. And he does have another gateway, and yeah, so actually he's going to go for 3 gateways, so kind of an interesting build. Actually we do have, they're trying a little something there, but there are way too many Marines to handle. Actually, wow, that Marine with 1 health. I'm surprised, in these matches I have never seen so many forces with like 1 and 2 health. That's actually kind of unlucky for both these players. So there we go. So we do have, let's see, we do have a Banshee out. So yeah, it looks like BratOK is going to go for some really early Banshees, which that should be pretty interesting to see. Actually, we do have an Observer almost complete for WhiteRa. So there we go. So that's 1, 2, and the 3rd gateway is almost complete. Actually, he doesn't seem to be going ahead and going for any warp gates. Oh, and there we go. So the scan going down. Going to probably see everything. Actually, does he see everything? Yeah, he was able to see everything. So. Oh, there we go. So SCVs. Oh, nice pick. Going ahead and picking off that SCV. So WhiteRa, there we go. Sending an observer out. We do have, see here, we have a few sentries warping in. And there we go. We actually have a pylon, so actually might be considering actually a little bit of an odd placement for that pylon. Oh wait, there it goes. Cancels it. So yeah, that must have been a misclick by WhiteRa. Yeah, I was about to say that would be a really interesting spot to drop a pylon right there, but no, instead he is going to go ahead and go for his fairly early expansion. So actually we do have this observer up in the main of the Terran base. You can go ahead and see everything. Oh wow, nice timing for that Raven coming out perfectly in time. That observer might be able to get out of there. It's going to be pretty close. No, actually it is taken out. Wow, that's actually really kind of bad timing. That Raven came out perfectly. So actually we do have, let's see here, a reactor going down. So we're going to be definitely seeing a lot of Hellions. And we actually do have a med back here. So the Protoss player, the Terran player, is going for a pretty decent build. Look like both players are preparing for some early attacks. Neither actually. We go ahead and jump over the army. It's actually fairly close. I'd say the Protoss is a little bit ahead, but not by a ton. It's not. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal unless they actually go for a major attack right now. So there we go. So this Nexus is almost done. Actually, going ahead and getting the first gas. We'll probably beat the Nexus to being complete. Actually, we'll go ahead and jump a look at the income tab. Jump a look. Yeah, let's jump a look at the income tab. So actually, we do see that the Protoss players slightly ahead, 32 over 27 harvesters, but that income is practically the same. Yeah, but of course, there you go. So he is going to be sending some, get some saturation down on this first expansion. So actually, we're going to go ahead and take a look here. Both players are going to actually try to do maybe thinking about it, but no, actually just a few too many Marines. And with that Raven there, it's going to kind of make it a little bit difficult to be able to pull anything off. So actually, as you can see, both players with very high APM. Although, actually, something you'll notice is that WhiteRa generally doesn't have ridiculous APM as you might expect. A lot of really high-level players, will actually have APM, in the 200s and sometimes even in the 300s. But usually, WhiteRa doesn't really go for that. A lot of times, he'll go for a little bit lower APM. As you see here, he's averaged about 125, which is more than enough really to get pretty much anything you need done. So we'll go ahead and take a look here. BratOK does have a command center building, so he's getting his expansion a little bit later, but not a huge deal. There we go. So WhiteRa's going to go ahead and secure that, which actually is really important in a game where they're spawning, because that is basically the main. And wow, that pro would better get out of there. You get the entire Terran army. But there we go. So actually, I like this unit composition for WhiteRa. He has some stalkers, but a lot of zealots, and one. There we go. So nice, those sentries going ahead, getting some nice force fields in. I really like these zealots are really able to go ahead and get a lot done on this. And yeah, they're going to chase everything out of there really fast here. And we do have a point defense drone, but that was taken out no problem at all. So nice play. Actually, I really like that. The way the units were for the Terran player, those zealots, by using these sentries properly, going ahead and splitting everything up. Actually, we do see something here. I'm not so sure what. I'm not really sure what that was. Actually, oh, cool. So we do have a Colossus coming. Colossus are really fun units in this here. Yeah, it looks like that I missed a little bit of a drop while, I guess, a counterattack. But actually, this drop might be coming back. Yeah, it looks like it's going to go ahead and drop something else here. But it looks like WhiteRa is going to be prepared. There we go. He is going to see actually researching extended thermal lance. So actually, it looks like WhiteRa is going to be transitioning into some Colossus. There we go. We have one. And actually we have, here we go, so we have a point defense drone. That's actually one thing about this map is that, Terran can really, kind of abuse this high ground over the natural expansion. So they can, take some drop ships, drop some units down here and really do a lot of damage to this mineral line as well as the gas line. Especially if you can get a couple siege tanks up here. I believe if you put a siege tank right about here, it actually can shoot at the Nexus, do a lot of damage. So yeah, a lot of times Terran players abuse that. Actually, it looks like, yeah, he's actually going to drop them into the main. With just 2 Marines and a Marauder, though, is not really going to do a whole lot. Actually, they might want to try to focus down that pylon. Nope, they're going to go ahead. Oh, man, almost getting that medvac sniped. Nice reaction by BratOK going ahead and getting those units out of there before any kind of snipe.